is Lois Lane with a message via the Metropolis Emergency Broadcast System. I'm reaching out to any survivors. I'm staying on the move, avoiding the invaders, and I'm looking for others who need help. 8 million people live in this city, and right now, most of them are missing. The invaders are snatching up survivors. If you're still human, take cover and stay out of view. Since returning to Metropolis, Green Lantern has surrounded the Skull Ship with an impenetrable shield while preventing U.S. armed forces from entering the city. By now, it's clear the shield's not there to protect us from the Skull Ship, and neither is Green Lantern. Before they all shut down, MPD police scanners were saying that the military can't get into the city, and at this point, I don't think they'd be able to do anything if they could get here. After I upload this report, I'll find a new secure location. Whatever secure means at this point. This isn't the last time you'll hear from me, Metropolis. Stay alert. Stay hidden. And if you can, look out for one another. Metropolis, this is Lois Lane with an update on the ongoing crisis. Based on multiple eyewitness accounts, I can confirm that Batman, Bruce Wayne, has reappeared since boarding the Skull Ship, and he's been turned. Batman has either captured or killed members of the Metropolis PD, and now he's started targeting civilians throughout the city. We all know what Batman can do. If you see him, for God's sakes, run. As for Green Lantern, he's continuing to provide protection for the Skull Ship following a fight with the Flash. Our only hope is that someone in the League is still on our side. If even one metahuman still has their head on straight right now, we've got a fighting chance. I'll keep monitoring the situation as it develops, but for now, this is Lois Lane, signing off. This is Lois Lane. Some of the people in the city are doing their best to survive, but some hope to mount a resistance to Brainiac. Consider this leader of a local militia who's offered to talk about rescue and defensive efforts throughout Metropolis. For now, let's call him John. John, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Are you with your friends now?
Civilian militia, ma'am. We're not some weekend warrior jackoffs.
So you were all in the service?
Not at liberty to divulge that information, Miss Lane, but we can handle ourselves.
Okay. We have Batman mounting a campaign of terror against anyone who didn't vanish or wasn't evacuated. But you and your militia are trying to hunt him. Why do you think that's wise?
All due respect, Miss Lane, but he's a freak playing year-round Halloween with DARPA surplus.
Tell that to the Joker. The Arkham Knight, A.R.G.U.S.
More freaks, mental cases. That's not us.
Hello? Hello? Oh, God. Bruce?
I'll see you soon, Lois.
If you see the Batman, run, hide, and stay safe, Metropolis. Lois Lane here, reporting from an undisclosed location. Are U.S. Special Forces in our city? This morning I was briefly able to follow 3 heavily armed soldiers unobserved. It's anybody's guess what their real mission is here, but for their safety I won't reveal their final location. I couldn't make out any insignias or name tags, which tells me this is an off-the-books operation. Each of these individuals appeared to be driving some kind of experimental combat vehicle. Are they military? Some secret government shadow force? Could be Mercs. Or Cobra? League of Assassins? With a full-on alien invasion here in Metropolis, nothing's too weird to be true these days. Hey, mystery soldiers. If you're here to help, we've got a lot of hurt, scared, and hungry people trapped in the city. But if not, then get the hell out of the way. Because the Justice League might be out of commission, but Metropolis takes care of its own. Until next time. Lois Lane here. I wish I had better news to report. A few minutes ago, Wonder Woman took the fight to Hobbs Bay. She had dozens of civilians under her protection while pushing Brainiac's forces out of the area until Green Lantern. I saw his constructs first before I was able to spot him. And then he came out of nowhere, almost. He immediately targeted Wonder Woman, going through civilians in the process. For her part, Wonder Woman tried to protect as many as she could. And I don't think I've ever seen Wonder Woman bleed before. He used Wonder Woman's efforts to protect civilians against her. Green Lantern wanted to wear her down. Still, she was able to lead a handful of survivors away before making her own escape. Green Lantern moved to the power plant where he's re-established his shield around the skull ship. I'd advise anyone in the city to avoid the area around the power plant. It's Lantern Island now. After a day like this, we can only hope that Wonder Woman is able to heal up and come back from this lost fighting. She might be all we have left, but she's a champ. She always has been. I'll keep you updated, Metropolis, but for now, Lois out. Metropolis, this is Lois Lane. And I have just witnessed a stunning attack on LexCorp. The high-rise structure has been under a sustained attack from the invaders, with many of Brainiac's forces attempting to breach the interior. I haven't been able to reach any of my sources inside the building, and it's unclear how many, if any, survivors are inside. Lex Luthor also couldn't be reached for comment. For the time being, I'd advise all citizens to stay away from LexCorp and the business district. Hello, Metropolis. We're a few weeks into the siege by Brainiac's forces, with seemingly no help in sight. The military is effectively blockaded outside of the city, and members of the Justice League have either been converted to his cause or are MIA. Enter Lex Luthor, CEO and president of LexCorp. The billionaire disruptive technologist, his words, not mine, made contact recently in the hopes of reassuring the people of this city that they're safe. Mr. Luthor, can you give us an update on yourself and your employees?
Miss Lane, my staff and I have things well in hand.
LexCorp looks deserted. Security shutters are down, but you're saying you're still on site?
My name's on the building. It'll take more than an alien invasion to scare me off.
Always a pro at deflecting, but moving on. You're one of the preeminent scientific minds in the world.
Yes?
And you have the resources of a small nation-state. What concrete steps are you taking to help the people of Metropolis? Can you offer them protection? Food?
I don't think that would be appropriate, Miss Lane. Our enemy in the sky is formidable. He's thoroughly defeated the so-called Justice League. So, forgive me if I don't think sleeping bags and water bottles will save this city.
What will save this city, Lex?
The same thing that built it. A Luthor, with a little American know-how. I have to get back to work. You stay safe out there, Lois. The Daily Planet needs its star reporter.
There you have it, folks. Lex Luthor plans to save us all. Until then, stay hidden, and look out for one another. This is Lois Lane broadcasting for the Daily Planet. Who is the plant-controlling meta who's recently joined the battle for Metropolis? Is Poison Ivy alive? It seems like the natural conclusion after a giant plant was spotted in the city. Isley, a scientist-turned-radical ecological activist, frequently orchestrated violent attacks against industrial polluters. But as her acts of eco-terror evolved from blowing up chemical refineries to creating mind-controlling toxins, she frequently clashed with Batman in Gotham City. 5 years ago, Ivy made international headlines after saving Gotham from the Scarecrow's cloudburst attack, and sacrificing her life in the process. It's unclear if Ivy has returned or if another meta has developed the ability to control plants. And just who were the armed combatants seeming to defend the giant plant structure? A new resistance effort? I'm going to keep digging. No pun intended. Stay safe, Metropolis. Hello, Metropolis. It's the middle of an alien invasion, so why are armed supervillains stalking our streets? At least based on his clothing, one appears to be convicted contract killer Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot. Given his reputation for taking any underworld job, no matter how dirty, what's brought him to our city? The same goes for his accomplice Harley Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn. Quinn and Lawton are being accompanied by what appears to be some kind of fish man and a fourth nondescript individual. Given Brainiac's ability to control members of the Justice League, is he moving on to lower-level metahumans to fill out his invasion? Or is Metropolis in danger of becoming the next Arkham City? Metropolis, stay safe out there and avoid these four. They're armed, dangerous, and likely up to no good. Metropolis, this is Lois Lane. Strange time for an obituary, but I'm here to tell you that Lex Luthor is dead. Murdered by the Flash. It seems the Flash was unable to outrun Brainiac's mind control, joining Green Lantern and Batman as enforcers. It's unclear why the Flash killed Lex Luthor. But the CEO and president of LexCorp has a long history of antagonism towards metahumans in general, and the Justice League and Superman in particular. The flamboyant and often controversial billionaire leaves behind no family. Under Brainiac's control, anyone could be a target of the fastest man alive. To everyone out there, be careful, be safe, and avoid the lightning. Metropolis, this is Lois Lane. If you can hear me, you need to find shelter and stay out of sight. Apparently, this task force of felons are on their way to confront the Flash. I know we're used to cheering on the other side, but I don't need to tell you that things are not the same in Metropolis right now. Maybe permanently. We have to hope these unlikely anti-heroes can slow the Flash down until Wonder Woman arrives. Stay strong, Metropolis, and we'll weather this storm. Hello, Metropolis. In the wake of his brutal murder of Lex Luthor, where is the Flash? And what do we know about the so-called fastest man alive? Unconfirmed witness reports place the Flash at various locations around the city, and apparently recovering from minor injuries. As we all know, he's powered by something called the Speed Force. It's terrifying to think what Brainiac's corruption of the Flash will do to that power, or how the Flash will use those powers against those of us in Metropolis. Chances are, when he recovers, he'll continue supporting Batman and Green Lantern in terrorizing our city. Stay safe, Metropolis. Lois Lane here. And I've got difficult news. The Flash is dead. Earlier, I reported to you that he'd undergone Brainiac's corruption process, going so far as to kill Lex Luthor. A dark end to a career marked by civic duty, protecting the innocent, and bringing hope and joy to his fans. A founding member of the Justice League, the Scarlet Speedster called Metropolis his second home after starting his crime-fighting career in Central City. He would go on to national prominence after the Grodd incident, teaming up with Superman and saving dozens of lives in Central City. If the Flash has family or loved ones out there, I'm sending my condolences. The Flash was killed in battle with Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark. Quinn and Deadshot have lengthy histories as supervillains, but it's increasingly clear that they may be here to help. Or they're hardened killers who just got lucky. If the four of you are listening, stay safe and don't go crashing into any buildings. You stay safe too, Metropolis. Warning, Metropolis. Please remain indoors. I repeat, remain indoors. This sudden change in weather? Not a coincidence. The Skull Ship appears to be responsible. I have never seen lightning behave this way before. No, not even in this city. I promise to report through this freak storm for as long as I can, but it... God. Anyway. Let's steer clear of the lightning, Metropolis. I'll see you on the other side. This is Lois Lane. As you can see, an enormous projection of Green Lantern and an army of helicopters have taken over our skies. Lantern said he's keeping watch, but this is a different sort of patrol than we're used to from the League. The helicopters have been instructed to kill on sight. And as for Green Lantern, well, Lantern has a Brainiac-sized hole where his head used to be. Don't be taken in by his lies. All he cares about is getting to Argus' criminal cohort Task Force X. So to anyone listening, please don't become collateral damage. It's not you they're after, but it won't end well if they catch you. And to Lawton, Quinn, Harkness, and Shark, good luck out there. The rest of you, stay safe. Lois Lane out.
But not when he's unleashed all over us!
He's fighting Wonder Woman on the streets and in the skies of Metropolis. He just appeared and stopped a missile targeting the Skull Ship. He is not on our side anymore. I don't know how the fight started, but Wonder Woman's been trying to steer the fight away from civilians.
I'm seeing enemies on the rooftops, and this vehicle isn't built for combat. Clear me a path.
Sharpshooters in your AO. What the hell is with these jumpy readings?
Move ahead and deal with those enemies. Don't make me insist.
Superman, the shelter was destroyed. We got separated from the other half of our group. Some of them need medical assistance. It's chaos. Wonder Woman's doing her best, but Superman's just... He'll destroy the city to kill her. Survivors in the city, if you can, make your way to underground shelters. He's back! Get down!
Enemy tank coming straight for you. Be ready. It ain't here to play footsie.
Get out of here! Let's go! Move it! Green Lantern is dead, Metropolis. It's been a horrible, violent day. Superman fighting Wonder Woman. Our own government nearly wiping us off the map with a nuclear missile. Right. Lantern. The four criminals... Maybe criminals is the wrong word for them now. I can confirm those four killed him out at the power plant. But the Skull Ship is still shielded from attack, leaving Batman and Superman out there, still hunting people. We don't know what they're planning. I hope Wonder Woman's okay. I don't know how to say this. Wonder Woman is... gone. She was the only member of the Justice League to resist the corruption. All the way to the end. For weeks, she has been our champion. Our greatest hope. And maybe the strongest force for good that Metropolis has ever known. She was killed by Superman. To the end, she fought. For us. Against old friends and allies, she fought for us. I don't know what happens next. Superman and Batman are all that's left of the shattered Justice League, and almost no one, it seems, is left to stand against them. Metropolis, stay in your homes or find your way to safety. Wonder Woman died so that we could live another day. Honor that. And tomorrow, and for as many tomorrows as it takes, we'll keep up the fight. Lois Lane, signing off. Superman, I don't know if you are watching this. I pray that you are. Whatever Brainiac has done to poison your mind, whatever he's done to make you turn against us, and whatever violent impulses spur these destructive acts, I would ask you to take a moment and to look inside yourself. This isn't you. Fight him. Fight the corruption. For years, you have been Metropolis's greatest guardian and a friend to all who live here. You've protected us, supported us, inspired us, and helped us grow. You have been a beacon of bravery and strength, a role model to children and adults alike, and the most compassionate and empathetic man I have had the privilege to know. I don't know how Brainiac did this to you, but behind the corruption, I know some part of the old Superman must still exist. Please, find him again. You don't have to do this to your city, to your home, to your loved ones. I know how often we've called you to fight for us, Superman. We owe you a debt that can never be repaid. But we need to ask one last favor of you. One last fight. Stand up against what you've become. Stop what you're doing and return to us. We need you now more than ever. Please. Please fight him for us. This is Lois Lane. Signing off. This is a message for the team Metropolis has taken to calling the Suicide Squad. Some of our greatest heroes have fallen, and only you remain, meaning you're all that stands between defenseless survivors and the Man of Steel. I don't care who you were before this or what you did to end up on the wrong side of the law. None of that matters now. You have been given an opportunity to step up and show your worth. To show all of us who you really are. All of Metropolis, whatever's left of us, is behind you. It's strange that in a world without heroes, it's the villains who might have to save us. But maybe that's it. Maybe we don't get to choose our heroes. I just hope we get the chance to look back on this one day and think about what any of it meant. Good luck out there, squad. We're all counting on you. Lois Lane here. I don't know how well I can capture in words what I'm looking at, but a number of alien structures have materialized throughout the city. My sources in the DEO and A.R.G.U.S independently describe them as terraformers. For those of you who don't know, a terraformer is used to change the chemical makeup of a planet. When we talk about terraforming, it's usually about taking a planet like, say, Mars, and making it habitable for humans. But given the source of these particular terraformers, I would say they're likely to have the opposite effect. For that reason, I would urge all of you to stay as far away from these structures as possible. Something I'll be doing right after this broadcast. And, oh, before I go, Metropolis is now under a boil water advisory. Residents are also encouraged to wear any available masks and avoid unusual fog or puddles. I don't know if these things have tapped into the aquifer yet or what they might be doing to air quality, and I don't want anyone taking any risks. So, do your best out there, Metropolis. We'll get through this. Lois Lane, out. Metropolis, this is Lois Lane, and the worst has come to pass. Superman is dead. Once the guiding light of the Justice League, and a hero to the world, Superman's legacy was shattered by the events of the past few weeks, and the devastating violence done by all those who once swore to protect us. Like the 4 members of the Suicide Squad, Metropolis isn't giving up. I'm not giving up. Not if there's any chance of saving lives and getting Brainiac out of our city. In light of everything that has happened, it is easy to feel hopeless. It is easy to lose faith when it feels the best of us have failed. But in times like this, it is not about being super. It is about being human. If there's one thing we can take from the Man of Steel we once knew, let it be his spirit of perseverance, resilience, and strength in the face of impossible odds. I'll try to learn everything I can in the coming days and report what I find. Until we speak again, Metropolis, stay safe and keep fighting. Hello, Metropolis. Lois Lane here. We've all witnessed the Suicide Squad's coordinated attacks on Brainiac's war machines. What can we expect in this new phase of the Resistance? I was able to make contact with a representative for the Joint Chiefs Council coordinating with armed forces here in the city. Without divulging the specifics of plans or tactics, I've been told that Resistance forces here will continue targeting Brainiac's war machines. This will mean more large-scale combat around Metropolis, so all citizens are encouraged to keep to your shelters. My contact also wanted the citizens of Metropolis to know that the world hasn't forgotten us. Brainiac's blockade still holds, but we're going to keep looking out for one another. For now, stay safe, Metropolis. Metropolis, this is Lois Lane. Should we be concerned about environmental fallout from Brainiac's war machines? I spoke with an anonymous source in the Department of Extra-Normal Operations outside of the combat zone who is familiar with ongoing research into the invaders' technology. According to the studies conducted by both DEO and Star Labs metallurgists, the materials in Brainiac's war machines should be considered highly toxic. The Suicide Squad has successfully destroyed half of Brainiac's war machines. While that's definitely good for Metropolis in the near term, my source expressed a potential concern about the dispersal of unknown alien materials into our atmosphere. For the time being, my source recommends any Metropolis survivors or residents in surrounding cities avoid open air or, if possible, wear face coverings when outside. Until then, stay safe, Metropolis. Metropolis, Brainiac's skullship has suffered heavy damage. Damage, I'm told, caused by none other than the Suicide Squad. And to give us some background on what's happening, Lex Luthor, everyone. Lex, are you there?
Indeed I am, Miss Lane. Thanks to the efforts of the so-called Suicide Squad. No one really believed I'd let myself be killed by a costume speedster, did they? I've been supplying the squad with LexCorp resources in a coordinated offensive against Brainiac. What you see above us is the first step in that ongoing battle.
You explained to me earlier that Brainiac is still alive. Could you elaborate?
Now, thanks to Luthor ingenuity and the squad's singular skills, we've destroyed a vital aspect of Brainiac. Simply put, we've killed one of his bodies. Together, the squad and I will crush that petty tyrant's mind. My friends in Metropolis, and anyone who can hear this broadcast, the war continues, but humankind will win.
About your injuries, could you tell us a bit more?
Stay safe.
There you have it, Metropolis. Lex Luthor and the Suicide Squad, continuing the fight against Brainiac. Hello, Metropolis. It's Lois Lane with an update on Brainiac.
Reporter for the Daily Planet. Ally of Superman. The late Superman.
Is this Brainiac?
Indeed. I'm here with a message for your city. This world will be mine. The Suicide Squad will perish or be integrated. I'm still deciding. Any Earthling caught offering them aid or even a kind word, Lois, will suffer a long, painful, creative death.
Aren't you almost out of war machines by now? The Squad and the people of Metropolis aren't going to be terrorized by you. Not anymore.
I confess, the universes where I crushed the life out of your Superwoman alter ego were my favorites. I'll see all of you soon, Metropolis. Glory to New Kolu.
Take a look outside, Metropolis. Brainiac's war machines are out of our city, destroyed by the Suicide Squad. I'm still gathering information from my sources, but this appears to be a major setback to the invaders' mission. Wherever the Squad is right now, they should be celebrating. As for the rest of us, we can breathe easy for a minute, but it's not time to get comfortable. Speaking of breathing, there is still an air quality warning from any lingering pollutants from the Terraformers. Use caution if you must go outside. Be safe, Metropolis. And to the Suicide Squad, thank you from all of us.
Metropolis, this is Lois Lane. From all reports, it seems that Batman is gone. As Batman and as Bruce Wayne, everyone knew him. Everyone knew his voice. Always prepared, he left a communication with the Daily Planet in the event of, well, it reads, "When I put on the cowl, it became a symbol. But I never stopped being Bruce Wayne, citizen of Gotham. Remember that we are all handed adversity in our lives. No one's journey is easy. It's how we handle that, how we help others, that makes us unique. That's what the Batman will always stand for. Metropolis will get through this. And Batman, goodbye. You will be missed, but never forgotten."